Well, hello there.
Hey, hey.
That's right, baby. We are back. Back on a Saturday. And back with the homie,
Hi,
Ambers.
guys.
Not really Ambers for a day. You're always Ambers, right?
Yeah, basically.
So how's your Saturday going?
It's it's been pretty good. I had like a little game day with my brother earlier. Now I'm just chilling.
So what kind of games are you guys into?
Well, we're real big fans of Uno. So we
Nice.
we got Ninja Turtle Uno and tried that.
Mhm. I wonder, is there like a pro Uno circuit, do you think? Like
That,
people that just
that
play
would
Uno
be so
professionally?
cool.
I bet
I
there
would be
is.
so.
It's you mentioned this earlier. It's kind of rainy, dreary right now in the Northeast. I was saying earlier, so in my town here, it's the every year, the beginning of June, like the first weekend in June, my town has like a town-wide like garage sale where like anybody can just put up or does like put out the tables, and has like a little yard sale, a little garage sale. And it really sucks because they have to keep like tarping everything up because like it's been like rainy and not that nice out.
Uh,
Sucks. I feel bad for them.
it's a lot of work.
It is. We don't even set up a table anymore just because we did like one year, like we went all out, we like set it up, like took a lot of time, and like we're like, oh, we're gonna sell all this stuff. This is gonna be great. And then like nobody came by because we
Honestly,
live like in like northwest New Jersey, so it's not like super populated or anything.
right.
But speaking of the Northwest, we hung out a little bit last week, which was pretty
Yes,
cool.
that was
So
so much fun.
yeah, G, the illustrious G, had a barbecue at his house and invited a bunch of us over, and it was a freaking blast. His house is so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. His backyard, like I could just live there.
Yeah. Um, it looks like this like enchanted like magical forest like right behind his house.
Yeah, it's beautiful. They said when it rains, there's like the creek there.
Do you think it like floods up?
I wonder.
It's pretty far down there, so I bet it wouldn't be a problem. But I bet when it snows, it's kind of like you're not going anywhere where he lives
Oh, yeah.
because he lives like kind of like in the. I mean, I don't want to give out his address, but he lives like in like kind of like near like the mountains, kind of. Let's say,
Yeah, very far from stores.
yeah. But oh, so did yeah, you saw he's him and the family went to the Five Points Festival today.
Yes.
I
That's
kind of I mean not kind of I really wanted to go to that. Like it looked pretty cool like last year, and
yeah.
today seemed like a really good day to go, but just can't do it. Got family stuff to do, work to do. Plus, I'm already committed to the Maryland Toy Show for next weekend,
Yes.
which I'm pretty pumped about.
Absolutely. I can't wait. Have you been before?
I have. So last year is the first year I ever went, and it was really the first year I ever I never really heard too much about it, you know. Um, but it's a 1 day show. I went last year, and Len and Wolf King had the tables there, and I think it was a street team event last year. I remember Jordan was there. Van didn't make it, but Jordan was there. Joe V, me, Len, Jesse, Patrick.
The whole crew.
Yeah, we are missing a couple of people, but like we had a good chunk of people there, and it was a
Looks
blast,
like
man.
Jordan's going again next weekend.
Yeah, I think Van's coming. Van's
Oh,
coming this year, I
cool.
believe. Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
great.
and it's like it's split between like two buildings, right? And there's a lot of really great vendors, like a lot of like big name vendors, a lot of like vintage toy vendors, um, and just a ton of stuff, like a good mix of stuff,
Yeah.
And I don't actually, I should check tonight while we're on. Last year, the Maryland Toy Show happened the same weekend as like the Maryland like food and wine festival, and it was
Oh,
across the parking lot.
oh,
So
that's so cool.
right, and I was just like, I walked through like one whole building, and then kept streaming, walked outside, walked over to the other building, walked all through that building too, and then when I was done there, kept live streaming, walked out, walked over to the food and wine festival, paid to get in, and then walked around this like, very much like, pinky out, like, oh yes, very sophisticated food and wine festival. Meanwhile, I'm live streaming on my toy channel, and got like a few like the beer tasting. So at a food and wine festival, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like a tasting thing. I didn't realize this, or at least this
Huh.
one was, where like you don't walk up to like a tent and like buy like a beer or like a glass of wine. They're just tastings. So like you get like a cup with like this much beer in it or something like that.
Oh.
And then like because you're supposed to like try like a bunch of different ones or whatever.
Right.
So that got a little annoying after a while.
Yeah.
After like 5 or 6 stops.
Oh my god. That's like not a lot at all.
No. But it was cool to like just have all that stuff going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Only a 1-day show though. It's only and I forget what time. It's, I think the early bird starts at 8. We'll check it out. I'll pull up the flyer in a little bit, but that's next weekend.
Yeah.
Next weekend. That's the other main reason why I wasn't able to go to 5 Points is because I'm already going to the Maryland Toy Show. Can't wait. This will be your first time, you said, right?
Yeah.
So what would be the one thing you'd hope to see at the show? Like the one item, like a toy or something like that?
Oh. I don't know. I think I'm just like so excited for the hangout. Like that is like to me like the most exciting part.
Yeah, and that's obviously like the best part. We'll probably all grab dinner and stuff that night.
Yeah.
I'm
I
pumped
don't
up.
know.
What time are you guys going down?
We'll probably get there around I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we're gonna go early or if we're gonna like try to get there around early admission.
But you're not going like the day before, right? You're going on Saturday.
No, we're gonna drive up that morning.
What's up, Casper? What's up, Rob? That's what I actually did. I had originally planned to go down on Friday last year, and I forget what happened. Something happened, something came up, and I wasn't able to, but I drove down early on Saturday morning. And I just remember the drive. It was like one of the best drives ever. Like, and I was also kind of surprised because I'm in North Jersey, and it wasn't that long of a drive, even for me. Like, it was, I think it was less than two, pretty sure it was less than 2 hours.
That's not bad.
No, not a bad ride at all. Got there. The show was like in full swing. They had people like in cosplay. They had like a Snake Eyes, some other like GI Joe characters.
Oh, that's cool.
And like I said, the fact that there's like 2 whole buildings, with all kinds of stuff in both, just makes it seem like like this bigger thing. And like in the other building, the one we weren't in, they had like food and stuff in the back too. Like that was pretty cool.
Oh wow.
And like again, it's mainly like a toy show, but they had like all kinds of other stuff too, like people that did like t-shirts, people that did like art. Like they had like those vending machines from Tokyo where it's like this big giant wall of all this different stuff you can like kind of go and like get like all kinds of like little like crazy things.
That's nifty.
Yeah. So look at this guy. Ryan checking in. Hey, party people. So yeah, Eric, I believe, is going to Frankensons today. So that's why he won't be joining us today, unfortunately.
Ooh.
And then Ryan had to work.
I know.
Ryan had to work.
On this bummy day.
Yeah, but you got to get that paper, right? What's up, Jordan? What's up, Ryan? Notorious Tofu says, I'm here early. Oh boy, if my boss could see me now, he'd take back everything he said. What's the story behind that? What did his boss say? And does that have to do with this or whatever's going on with
We need
at
the story.
Notorious's house? Kirby's in the house. What's up, Joe? Dub Dub, Schmerber,
Dub
whole bunch of
dub.
friends checking in here.
Ah,
Eric Miller in the house.
I'm gonna speak for Ryan on Dub Dub's. Want me to bring Glio's question there? Absolutely yes.
Hell yeah.
Please and thank you.
What's up, Trevor? I saw somebody posted a picture. It was a funny, I don't even know where it came from. Did you see this? This picture from the 5 Points Festival. And it's like, look who's like at the front of it, right? And there's a building and it says like Toy Pizza at the top of the entrance. And then I saw it looked like Bill like waiting outside, Bill Drunowski, Dorclair. And then I think Brett was out there. And
I think I
Trevor,
did see that. I
yeah,
only noticed I couldn't see it well, but I did notice Brett.
and Trevor was there too. So I'm wondering,
Oh,
Trevor, are you still at the 5 Points Festival? We're over here feeling some FOMO, buddy.
absolutely.
Oh, I get it. All right, Tofu explained. His
Okay.
boss thinks he can never be on time. It's all about the motivation. He's early for a toy stream. I like it.
That's great.
Yeah. Trevor says, on my way back, it was raining pretty much all day. You're not going again tomorrow, are you, Trevor? I had decided I can't really go because um just had stuff to do. Like the kids both had activities. What? Does this keep looking weird? Amber, help me.
I think it looks great.
Thank you for saying that. Um, yeah, the kids both had activities today, and like I said, my niece is coming over to for a sleepover and stuff like that. So, and I'm already doing Maryland, so like between like time away from home plus the expense of it, like
Yeah. It's a
and
lot for 2 in a row.
yeah. But if Dub Dub circling back to the Dub Dub thing, if he was saying should I bring Glios to Maryland, that's what he was asking.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. Exactly what she said.
Absolutely.
This is the guy I got from Dub Dub at Lehigh.
Oh, I had a purple guy from Dub Dub 2 before.
It's so good. He's like sparkly inside too.
Oh, I love it.
And then I
I'm
got
just newly obsessed with them.
yeah, they're cool. And this is again, I'm pretty sure this is a toy pizza, so appropriate for today.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is or anything. I think I showed him last time. And then I got this guy too, which is like a custom. If I can get the head to stay on, stay on head. Yeah, custom toy pizza figure.
Ooh, I love that. Oh, that is cool.
It's badass.
That is super badass.
Yeah. So yes, Dub Dub, please bring your Glios.
His collection is just beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So the only reason why I asked is just because I was, there was like a little part of me is like, man, maybe you should take, roll up there tomorrow on Sunday, Madman style, just for a couple hours. It's about like an hour and a half. Did you guys ever think about going this weekend? Was that on the table or not really?
Not really, because Rye had work, and he knew I think probably a month ago or so that he had work, so we were like, oh, we're not gonna make that one, but at least we're making Maryland, so that works for us.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. It was a couple of shows last year that ended up being like surprises insofar as like how cool they were. Like
Yeah.
independent of the fact that like unless something bad happens, every show is fun, right? Every show is like fun in some way. This one was like really, really cool. Exactly. What's up, freaks? So I'm pumped about it. So yeah, sound off in the comments. Let us sound off in the comments. That was terrible. But yeah, if anybody's going down to Maryland, let us know. I'd love to hear what you're thinking about getting. I think last year, what did I grab last year? Oh, I got a vintage Silverhawk Steelheart,
Oh,
And I remember not Steelheart, Strongheart, excuse me. Strongheart, sorry.
it sounded good to me.
Yes. And the funny thing was I had just gotten a vintage one, which I had never had before. I can probably can grab them in a second. But there was, which had been a figure that I had wanted for a long time. Vintage, Silverhawks, shiny. This is like the big, like jacked up dude one, Strongheart. And
Ooh,
I had just gotten one, but with a lot of them, a lot of times they have like the vac metal chipped, sometimes in a couple places, sometimes a lot. And this guy had some of that, but it wasn't too bad. But then I'm at the Maryland Toy Show and I'm live streaming and I'm like just kind of like showing what's on each table, taking it slowly, just kind of checking it out. And you come across like tons of cool stuff. Lots of stuff I'd never even seen before. But then I come across this glass case with a bunch of like vintage figures. And there's some Silverhawks and there's a Steelheart there. And he was like beautiful, like gorgeous, like didn't like had barely any like vac metal tripping or anything like that. And I was like, oh man, I was like, should I get it? And then everybody in the comments in the stream is like, hell yeah, you should get it. You should definitely get it. And then like,
absolutely.
I ended up leaving, continuing walking around the show without getting it, going back to the other like building. And then like people like, I think maybe it was Kirby or somebody else was like, did you get that Silverhawk? You need to go back and get it. Right.
Right.
So I
Oh,
went back
it's
and got
still
it.
there.
Yep. I got it. I went back and I bought another Strongheart, but it was awesome. What's up, Reynolds? Exactly. I was completely enabled. So hopefully that happens again this time. I do have a couple of things I'd like to find. I'm kind of looking for a 2000X Roboto. I don't know if you knew this. I think you do. I have something of a little Roboto collection.
Do you now?
I always thought the Roboto figure was like the coolest figure from the vintage line from Masters of the Universe, right? So
Right.
I've always sort of been like, drawn to like Roboto. And so I keep getting them. Like that's always like the one figure I'm excited to get from any particular line. But there's still a few that I haven't quite gotten yet. Like I don't have any Classics Robotos. So I definitely want to get a Classics Roboto. So I'll be if I see one there at the show next weekend, I may think about it. And
We'll
I don't
all
have,
enable you. Don't worry.
exactly, that's what I need you there for. Exactly. And I want the 2000X Roboto too.
Ah. Peer
Dub
pressure.
Dub says peer pressure. Let's check it out. Let me grab the here. I know how to do this. I'm gonna pull up the flyer or one of the. I'll try to find both of the flyers from the Maryland Expo.
And the slog, the test shot, right? It's slog.
Exactly, dude. Here it is. There we go. All right. No one messaged me on Messenger.
I had to turn mine off. It just kept dinging.
Boom. There we go.
Yes.
So this is next weekend, Maryland Toy Expo. Again, Saturday, June 14th, 2200 York Road in Lutherville, Timonium, Maryland. Big giant toy show. And you can win a slog test shot. That's got to be one of the craziest raffle prizes I've ever heard. Am I right?
Oh, I can't believe it. And there's so many ways to get a raffle ticket.
100%. So, first of all, number one, no purchase necessary. If you just go to the booth, to the Four Horsemen Wolf King Customs booth at the Maryland Toy Expo with your wristband or badge, however you got into the show, you get one raffle ticket just for that. Just for coming up and saying hi, you get a raffle ticket. Just for showing up, rolling up and saying hi, you have a chance to win a Cosmic Legions slog test shot.
Yes.
But it doesn't stop there.
It doesn't.
No, it does not. Because if you make a purchase at either the Four Horsemen Street Team booth or from the Wolf King booth, right, you get a raffle ticket. Now, it has to be like $100 purchase. There has to be $100 purchase to get the additional raffle ticket. So again, this is doubling your chances to get the slog test shot by making a purchase at the booth, which you're probably going to do anyway.
Exactly. So instead of going through the line multiple times, you can get it all at once and get a raffle ticket.
And you get the raffle ticket and can win a slog test shot, which is worth, like, last time I checked, $1.03 gazillion.
That's pretty much what I was thinking.
Approximately.
Just about.
So to sort of address the issue or the possibility of people seeing this and being like, well, that's great that I get one chance just for showing up. That's amazing that I get another chance by spending $100 at the Four Horsemen booth, which is something that I was going to do anyway. But I would like more chances than that, because that's how good a slog test shot is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put together a clever disguise so I can go back through, make another purchase, and get another ticket to potentially win the slog.
But there's more.
Right. This is what Len has done. Len LaGuardia, the Wolf King himself, has decided, you know what? Not only will you get one raffle ticket for just showing up, not only do you get 2 tickets for making a $100 purchase, but you can triple your chances. No need to be secretive. Come back through with a hilarious disguise, and you will get a 3rd ticket.
Yes.
So that's it. So if you show up, say hi, make a $100 purchase, and then have a hilarious disguise on, you get a total of 3 tickets. 3 chances to win a slog test shot just for showing up at a show that's awesome anyway.
Exactly.
How crazy is that?
And if you wear multiple disguises, you get more than 1 ticket.
Yes, just still 1, I think. But who knows? I don't know. If you go all out with this disguise, listen, I'm not in control. I don't know what would happen. But
I believe in you all.
Just to put forth this effort. How hilarious can your disguise be?
Oh.
That's what we should do right now. What would be, like, if somebody did that thing? When people sometimes they do, like, the horse costume, when somebody's like a cow, when somebody's like the front of the horse and somebody's the back. That's pretty good. I think that gets you a ticket.
It should. It's a good disguise.
You know what else? If you dressed up in a disguise where you're in disguise as somebody else from the community.
Oh, I was just thinking that. That would be great.
You get a ticket.
Yes.
Who would be a good costume, do you think?
It would have to be someone like that.
Distinct.
You would know. Yeah.
Totally. I think I got somebody. Ready for this?
Yes.
It's somebody who likes disguises himself.
Ooh.
Chris Garge.
That's
a disguise you could pull it off.
Yes, absolutely.
Long hair, or you have long hair already, or you have a wig. You put a baseball cap on and some glasses and like a t-shirt. That's it. You're Chris.
Boom. There it is.
A moose. Trevor says if you disguise yourself as a moose, you can get a ticket. I think a moose probably does it, but I still feel like we're not knocking it out of the park. I guess if you picked like a hilarious cartoon character.
Yeah.
Like if you come up as a Snork, I feel like if you come up as a snork, you should get a ticket. Right?
Absolutely. Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor said he's going to go as Nate.
He just wants to cheat. He just wants to cheat. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Just like don't do anything. Like just
Yeah.
walk in as normal, and then like that have a hat that says Nate.
I
Just
was going to say like a name tag or something.
or you, oh my god, that's way better. No, yes.
Hi, I'm Nate.
Just dress up. Trevor just shows up just as Trevor, like just totally like his normal like Trevorness, but a name tag. Hi, my name is Nate. That's freaking brilliant. With a butler, yeah, with a butler, I can do that. Yes. Hi, my name is Nate. Dude, I hope to the cosmos. I pray that happens somehow for Halloween or something. To an event that there's people there that will understand it. I would love it.
Oh, that would be a good one.
It's fair point. Fair, Rob makes a real good point here. He says that he would go as Trevor, but he thinks that his Brad Pitt good looks and long socks would give him away. He's probably right about that.
It's the socks.
it's the socks. So they're both devastatingly handsome. There you go. So yeah, Joe liked it too. A moose with a flying squirrel, of course. Iz is in the house. What's up, Iz? Cosplay as Joe. Joe is a good one. Iz is right. Joe is a good one, right?
Yes, you just need like a solid mustache and stuff.
Yeah, and the cool beard. And then like this, what is going on? My lights keep dying on me. Don't worry, I'll reposition my lights in a minute to get there you go. That's a little bit better, right? Yes, and the hat.
Yes.
Right? To be Joe G. And then like turn the lights off. And that's it. Joe.
There it is.
Joe would be a good one. That's a good one.
And 2 people could cosplay as Big Greg.
That was one of
the on someone's shoulders.
Victoria was making a joke about that. She was saying like, because she was at I brought Victoria to the barbecue, and it was the first time she met a lot of my friends, which was cool. Like that was like the coolest, man. I just wanted to bring like because Victoria's cool, so I want to like show you guys Victoria, and then you guys are cool, so I want you guys to meet Victoria, and like going to G's house for a barbecue with his family there and stuff in this beautiful setting of the magical forest, like, and everybody's being like all cool and happy together, and then like an actual giant walked in. Big Greg. Like, oh my god, we're in a magical forest. There's even an actual giant.
Him ducking out the back door was like the best part. I was like, is he gonna fit out that door?
He must be used to like, maneuvering around a world that's too small for him.
Yeah.
Rob says G should go as Big Greg G. Dub. It was Dub Dub's birthday. We had a cake for Dub Dub's birthday. That was awesome. That was really cool. What's up, Curtis? Socks dead giveaway. Yeah, fair enough. But I don't know why this made me think about it. So going back to the Maryland Toy Show here and things that like I'm interested in like taking a look for or hunting for or whatever. I'm always looking for like Silverhawks, vintage Silverhawks, vintage GI Joes that I don't have, vintage superpowers. But I feel like I am going to be hunting the Wolf King booth a little bit. The Wolf King booth a little bit because I haven't been like the biggest customizer or painter around, right? Like I buy 3D printed heads, like never paint them. Like I have like an idea for it, but I never do it. I've only painted things a couple of times. Now, every time I've done it, I've really enjoyed it, right? Like I don't have any idea what I'm doing, but I enjoy it. I find it very relaxing. Like Grayson has like painted stuff with me before, like we'll each like do some weapons or something, and that's really cool. So I like it. I just never make time. I don't make time for it enough, you know. And recently I've had a couple of ideas and I've been like, you know what? I think there's a couple things that I need. And I think I'm going to be looking through the Wolf King stuff to see if I can have some any inspiration as far as like getting stuff to like, just like mostly easier stuff, like 3D printed head, paint it somehow, slap that on a figure.
Yeah.
What
That's
about
my
you?
favorite thing to
Are you
do.
thinking about trying to do any of that stuff or what?
I mean, I love going through the Wolf King booth and getting things, but I never paint them. I always want to,
I
but
do.
Curtis. But I did get a the Lehigh Valley. I
Yeah.
got a really cool head from Jesse, but then I realized I didn't have like anything to put it on. So I'm gonna have to work on like that.
Yeah. You know what's great for that kind of stuff, I think? It's the armory knights. So the shiny metallic knights, because they're
Yeah.
like there's a couple different colors. So pretty much like you can probably get ahead, stick it on a knight, and then just come up with a color scheme that will like kind of
I
match it.
didn't think of that.
Yeah, they're great for that, I think.
That's a genius idea.
I think I heard somebody else say it. I think I heard somebody else say it.
I love it.
Yeah, Curtis says. Anything works on an armory knight.
Even a Richard Simmons head.
Even a Richard Simmons head, yeah. But it'll be cool. It's funny how your mind works, right? So thinking about Maryland, the Maryland Toy Show, really excited about it. Curtis is like even a Richard Simmons head. So without even making the segue, I was about to just start talking about Jordan and Van, because he said Richard Simmons. But yeah. So what I was going to say is that I'm super excited to have both Jordan and Van there this year.
Yes.
It's been pretty cool. Those guys make it to so many conventions. I feel like they live down in North Carolina, and they came up for ZoloCon. Obviously they come up for Legions Con every year. I think they came up. Did you guys? I think they came up for RetroCon last year. I might be wrong about that. I'm not 100% sure. But Jordan came up for Maryland last year. We're gonna get Jordan and Van this year. I can't wait
Yeah.
to see those guys.
It's awesome.
I think
They did go to RetroCon.
yes, that's what I thought. Hold on. Dub sent a couple things. I want to see. I want to see what it is.
Oh.
So this is. Tell me what this is, Dub. Do. So this is some we'll get into some more Glio stuff in a minute. Based on what happened last night.
Yeah.
But so this is Faden. So what's the deal with this? Dub, what is it? What do we got going on here? Because the little guy almost looks like a wax casting or something like that.
Yeah.
1,000 Toys Faden.
Oh.
So I don't know what that is. So were there other Fadens that were non-Glios?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Or is 1,000 Toys a Glios brand?
Oh. 1,000 Toys. I know now.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is still like a whole new world for me. I bought my first Glios figure a couple years ago, but like I never really like became super knowledgeable about like the community or the history of it or anything like that. So a lot of this is still super new to me. Like Bill Drunowski was talking the other day on either on the Dork Layer or somewhere else about like, or maybe it was just a post where he was talking about some of like the lore behind it, about how like Glios are these beings that exist like on these in these areas, like these between universes type of thing. And
Yeah.
then Faden is like this traveler between universes, this one character, and like whatever universe he goes to, he can be like a little bit different or something like that. And like
Oh
there's
wow.
all this other stuff, and I was like, wait, what?
I
I had
yeah, I
no
get lost. I'm
idea.
like, hold on, go back.
Yeah. Like, um, did you see Matt? I hope Matt O'Neill, that's his name, right?
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was on the Door Claire a couple weeks ago. Did you see that or no?
No, I heard about it, but I missed it.
It was pretty wild, man. He was like a cool, like, he's different, man. I feel like he's a different character. He's a different dude. Where like Bill just kind of just let him go, and he was just kind of like extemporaneously just like talking about things from sort of one thing to another. And he was like, it was the kind of guy you could be like just listen to him for like hours.
Oh,
Just like, whoa,
wow.
that's pretty cool, man. I kind of get why with Infinite Legions, that Four Horsemen Studios would want to make the first figure from that line be a figure that was associated with Matt Dowdy. Okay, sorry. Sorry, is. Like I said, I'm new to this whole thing. Totally new.
I'm very new.
Yeah. But speaking of that,
Ugh.
if we want to move to Infinite Legion, so as you can see all around us,
Ooh.
there is a photo taken by our good buddy Trevor, who may still be here, of the new Four Horsemen Studios debut figure from this new line, Infinite Legions. And it was cool. I remember this past Legions Con when Infinite Legions was first talked about, and I was like, oh, what a cool idea. It's the idea is that it's Four Horsemen Studios doing essentially licensed product, characters that already exist from other lines, but do them in the Legions form factor. So,
Yeah.
like a character you could make like Thundercats Legions and do like a Lion-O figure, but like he would be made of like Legions and Legion style parts and be compatible with Legions figures type of thing, right? But
That would be cool.
that would be cool, right? Thundercats Legions.
Yes.
There's so much amazing stuff that would be. People have said so many cool, like really cool ideas of different lines that like do them in the Legions form factor and see what it would look like. Like, I mean, there's some that are like easy, right? Like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons. It's like, Legions is like only, base almost like a Dungeons and Dragons type, world anyway. It says Matt Dowdy, aka Toy Jesus. Curtis says, I love Bill's Glaus episodes when he has Steph on other Glaus folks. They're very educational. Yeah, I think that's really cool when he gets like a whole crew of people that are all like into it. Because it's like another, there's not a whole lot of like toy lines, collectible things, I think, that really have this kind of community. I don't think they're quite like this, where like a big experience of collecting the line is the community as much. Like I'm sure it happens, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there is. But like I like a lot of different stuff. Like I love Mezco. I love Super 7. God forgive me. God forgive me. I've loved a lot of Super 7 stuff. I love G.I. Joe. I love Star Wars. Star Wars obviously has a massive community, but I don't know, from my experience, Mezco has a little bit of a community, but not like this. You know what I mean? Um, Valaverse has a bit of a community, but I don't not like this. I don't think, where like a whole huge giant percentage of the experience of collecting a line is being a part of like the community.
Yeah.
Where, like, most of us spend like how many hours each week watching shows and live streams and videos made from just other people that we know in the
Right.
community, right? Like
And like
every
every day there's something.
right? Like, dude, you guys had Nate Armstrong on
Oh,
Legion Ladies. There you go.
yes. It
On
was so
Thursday.
much fun.
That was cool. That was one of the better ones, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So talking about Legion's Ladies, I would say I think one of my favorite parts of your guys' show is the part where you guys have like the random questions, like the
Yeah.
random personal, not necessarily toy related questions. That's definitely those I feel like can be the most interesting because the person is not, in some ways you've been talking about toys and stuff and for so long at that point that like it almost comes as a surprise when there's a different aspect of your life which is asked about.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I love like hearing these little tiny tidbits about people's lives. Like it's like this little window into who they are as like a person because
Yeah.
they always when they give their answer, typically they'll give a little bit more about why this is their answer.
And it's always so interesting and like learning so like you just learn so much about people. And you think that like you already know them and then you're like, "Oh my goodness."
What so how did that come about? Like did that happen just like from watching it, it felt like it was just something you guys just started like you would ask like random questions and then it turned into an actual segment of the show. Was it something that happened naturally or did you guys like plan it out?
It well, I feel like it kind of got like planned out. Like I feel Tanya is very, very organized.
Mm-hmm.
So she prefers to work off of like a list kind of,
Mm-hmm.
which I love. So she sends me like a list and everything and we go through it and it's perfect because I work better just just talking. I have like a difficult time coming up with like written questions,
Mm-hmm.
but like she's really good at that. So it kind of balances out.
Is there Curtis says my favorite part is when Amber calls out the chat and makes everyone feel special. Everyone's wants to be
Thanks,
made
Curtis.
uh feel special. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. Yeah. So talking about those infinite legions, infinite legions, Glyos. That's what's coming out for anybody that didn't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget that sometimes people might be watching that sort of aren't aware of all this stuff already. So last night, Four Horsemen Studios had their official launch
Yep.
ugh, of their new Infinite Legions line. Again, a concept line where just like and oh, this is the thing I really wanted to bring up actually was that even though I thought the whole idea was cool and was awesome when we heard about it at Legion's Con, I knew it was another Four Horsemen quote unquote line. I don't know why, but I didn't think of it as like a line. But last night they had the launch and sort of near the beginning of the live stream where they're going to announce the new line and the figure and everything that's involved. They played a video. So Eric Treadway's son, Brad Treadway, has been working with the studio for a while now, and he's like a videographer, filmmaker type thing, and he made the video for the Dragon when they did the Dragon
Oh,
release, which
that
was
was
really
great.
good. Yeah, so he did one for like to give sort of like the background of Infinite Legions, and he made this like really cool video with like some like solo interviews with some people from the studio and stuff, and a lot of behind the scenes footage. Um, and I just thought it was really good. I really, really enjoyed it like a lot. Like
Oh
it was,
yeah.
it really fit the Horseman's vibe. I thought like it felt like indie enough where it was like it sort of fit their profile and like sort of like fit their vibe. It wasn't like super like overdone. Um I don't know, it was just like a very chill, like I liked the 80s beginning and kind of like the music that went along with it. It almost had a feel like those movies from those guys that made like Best in Show, that movie
Yeah.
where they're kind of like it's they're a comedy troupe, but they do these fake documentaries. Like it had a little bit of feel of that, but like in like a super super cool way. So yeah. So
Yes.
his brother Brad. Oh, sorry, his brother Brad. Sorry, I thought that was his son. Sorry, I don't know, brother. Well, that's how young he looks. Not that Eric looks old, but oh, I didn't know this is his brother. But yeah, I just thought it was really really good. I thought it was really cool, and part of it, like part of the beginning of the whole thing, of the whole event, was talking about the sort of like the timeline, right? So like Four Horsemen, Mythic Legions, launched here. Cosmic Legions was released here, and
Yeah.
Pure Obscura, and then Infinite Legions, and that was like really the first time where I was like, oh man, it's another line, like it's a
Yeah.
completely other, like I knew the concept, thought the concept was cool, but thinking about it as a whole different line was like that made it seem really cool.
Right.
And I think it definitely sets the tone for it that the first other property they work with, um I don't think anybody's going to care that I don't know all of their family tree, but um that is funny. That is really funny. But yeah, it's like a totally different line. So pretty
And I
cool.
can't wait.
Hold on one second here. Here we go. Ha. So let's take a look, shall we?
Let's do it.
So here again is the photo that Trevor took of the Faden.
It's so beautiful.
And here are a few pictures. So here, this is the I don't know what their specific names are, but here's the blue Faden. This was we saw the picture of this guy, or at least the detail of this guy at Legion's Con. So we knew there was like a blue guy coming. We didn't really know what he would look like. So that was pretty cool. I thought he looked really, really awesome first time I saw him. What did you think, Amber?
Absolutely. I didn't see the video last night, but I watched this morning and I was like, "Oh my goodness. I just can't wait."
Definitely
And
has
so
some,
detailed.
like Cosmic Legions vibes there.
Yeah.
Super cool. I think if you're going to change that figure into a Legions figure, I think this was like an awesome way to do it.
Oh yeah.
But the big surprise to me, at least, was that there wasn't just going to be one figure,
Yes.
that there's a second one, and he's purple.
Yes. Thanos, I think his name is.
Yeah. Here we go.
But that is amazing. That one I think I'm more excited for.
Yeah. And another cool thing, the price was pretty reasonable, I thought.
Oh yeah.
So there's two figures in the wave, just two figures, so it's a small little wave. They're $45 each. But if you buy both of them, it's just $85. So you get a price break.
Yes.
I thought the fact that they did two figures was a surprise. I thought that was cool. Here, I'm just trying to get some more photos here to take a look at.
It was a good surprise.
There we go. And it was cool, like they told that little story about Eric having sculpted a head, like a Faden head, but it was like a little bit more, like a little bit different, like a little bit more organic, a little bit evil, and that became like evil Faden. And then that was just a thing that just like was kind of like between them for like years and years and years.
Yeah.
Pretty badass. And oh yeah, I just remember this. See the little pink guy there?
Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah.
That he's a like a little hologram accessory piece that you can fit like right in the little port
Oh
on the arm
yeah.
there. But it's also like the red squishy fleshy head, the pink one from the science officer.
Yes.
And it fits as a head on a Glyos figure.
I didn't know that part.
Yes.
That is amazing.
And then here we go. Purple guy also has a version of the evil Faden head, just like the blue guy does. And he has a different little hologram head that fits on his arm, but can also fit on a Glyos figure. I don't remember what this one was. Let's see.
Oh, look at that.
That's pretty badass. Definitely some Ox Crew vibes, like I said. Yeah, so that pre-order is open now. $45 each. $85 for the pair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that sounds right. Price is Right hog. And they're doing pins too.
Yes.
Here, you know what? Let's just let's do that. Aha, here we go. Let's look at exactly what's up there right now. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Faden and Fanost. Am I saying
That's
it
what I
right?
said.
Probably not right. Here we go. Set of two, $85. I think that's really good
Oh,
for both of
absolutely.
these figures. And plus, then you have an automatic set to like swap back and forth. You know, I'm assuming there's going to be other additional releases with these guys in other colors. But if you just buy a couple of sets of these guys, you can like paint them up any way you want, mix and match them, make little
Right?
armies. It's pretty badass. But like I said,
Well, those pins.
yes.
I
I feel like
love
there's not
them.
often like pins included with the pre-orders. So they're $10 each for the anti-Faden, kind of like a skull bone color with the purple eyes. And
Might
then
as well just do the whole set for 25.
that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the whole. I need one pair of the figures at least, but I'll probably
Yeah.
just start with one pair and then a set of the pins. And then Retro Rags is also going to be doing shirts, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. Look.
Oh boy. Now this is gonna be fun.
Ice gray.
So many options.
Hoodie would be cool.
Yeah. I love a hoodie.
I love the fact they have like baby
I know.
jumpers. I'm like, why do you have to be so old, children? Why can't you be a baby right now? I would buy these so quick, Amber. I would buy every color.
Right?
I would buy black, light blue, pink, navy, and charcoal.
You could put that on your cat. Just like make a hole for the tail.
He's pretty small though. Do you think? You think a newborn would work? Probably not. It's not a bad thought though. Tank top, pullovers. Pink would need to get a pink one for sure. This looks pretty cool. Just chill. Logo on the back.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there you go. Infinite Legions. A new 4 Horsemen line. Oh, super chat from Curtis Ackerman, $4.99. We also found out last night that the Carver Customs Charbots are Glios. That's right.
Ooh.
Oh, thanks, Curtis. I'll pull that up. Curtis reminds us that we also found out last night that the Carver Customs Charbots are Glios compatible. How
That's a
cool is that?
wonderful thing.
All right, let me see what I got here. Bro. That's crazy. Check this out. How cool is that?
What?
So the Charbots, they're the little like kind of like robot
Yeah,
guys that Carver Customs did. They are compatible with Glios. That's really cool. Thanks, Curtis.
that is a beautiful thing.
Really, really cool. Speaking of Carver, CarverCon was announced
Yes.
a few weeks ago. Next year in Ohio, in mid-July. The venue looks pretty cool. Looks like a pretty good space.
Oh yeah.
Brian has been posting some photos and stuff for the show. CarverCon looks really cool. Really cool spot. I think PowerCon proved that Ohio is a good kind of midway spot that can take a convention, and like a lot of people will come to it like from a lot of different areas. It's a good spot for a convention and a good time in July, because San Diego will be going on the West Coast, but on this side, it's in a good space, I would say. And being thrown by a really cool dude, a lot of really cool people have already signed on to be at the convention. Unfortunately, I believe it's probably something that I'll have to miss next year, because if I have the date right, I think it's like on or right around Victoria's birthday. So
Oh,
unless she wants to go to a toy convention, I'll work on her. I'll see if that can be
oh
like a
yeah.
mission. Try to
I'll
get Victoria
I'll
to
like
want to go to
talk
Carver.
her into it too.
Yeah,
Road trip. Oh boy.
that would be great. That'd be amazing.
Right?
It says those onesies are so cool to make him want to have more kids. That's right. All the cool cats be rocking the baby onesies, says J Mac. Kirby talking about the Infinite Legions again. They both pop. They are great designs and are painted beautifully. I understand people might be put off because they don't know the IP, but really they are cool on their own. Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is though, Glios is like, it's freaking, it's so hot right now. It's so
Yeah.
all the kids are trying to get into Glios. They're cool little figures.
They really are.
Oh, is my Roboto? No, it's not. My Roboto's not here.
I had to like maneuver my plunderling shelf to like allow more Glios in.
Yeah. So this was my first Glios right here. This guy.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Yep.
I love that.
I bought him at Legion's Con, but just like 2 years ago. This was the first.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Exactly. See, Curtis gets it. Says Glaus is like Dylan, so hot right now.
Oh no.
And then you get like these other guys, the toy pizza figures.
Oh yeah. I got a couple of them from Dub Dub.
Hey, can you take over for like 2 seconds so I can
Yeah.
run upstairs and I'll come right back. All right.
Yeah, sounds good. Hi everyone. Do, 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 do. He said, "Burn it down, Amber." I'll burn it all to the ground, Curtis. I smoked a lot before this. Do, 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 do. So I think my favorite is the Thanos figure. The the purple, and then how he has like the brainy head is my absolute favorite thing. I have that one. A mutant evolver, word I can't pronounce. That sounds pretty cool. And that was a really cool looking Glyos. So I definitely am gonna get both, but if I had to pick one, it would be the purple one, Thanos, for sure. Welcome back, Jonathan. We missed you. You're muted, Jonathan.
Because I'm a professional, he's saying. An absolute professional. Oh, this guy? This guy right here?
Yes, yes.
That's what Benny was talking about, right?
Uh-huh.
I agree. I think purple guy's my favorite. I think. I know. That guy's my favorite.
Hands down.
Plus, like Curtis said, he comes with like a little Krang head. How freaking cool
Yes,
is
that's
that?
what it is.
That's pretty amazing. Okay, here's a question for you. What would be another property you would like to see Legions do sometime in the future in that Infinite Legions line?
Wow, that's a good question. I don't know. That's tough. What would you pick? I gotta think about that. Because I love what they're doing, like, already.
Yeah. I don't want to be like too like on the nose, you know, because like I said before, like Dungeons and Dragons, that would be cool, but it's like
Right.
it's not really like please. Dude, how sick would that be? I thought that last night because somebody said this, I think in the chat of either the reveal special or maybe it was off world, that Power Lords would be amazing.
Oh.
If like I know they said they're like, and maybe they might never do it or might not be able to ever do it or might not want to ever do it. I have no idea. But I think they said at one point they're not, you know, the license for Power Lords was gone, and I don't know. It didn't seem like they were going to do it, that there was a possibility of doing it in the future, but who knows? I'm just saying it would be awesome at like a Legions Con, like let's say next year or 2 years from now, and the Infinite Legions reveal is Power Lords. Like, oh my god, people would lose their minds. I would
Yeah.
freak out. I would freak out. For those that don't know, Power Lords is this really cool toy line from the early 80s.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know what it was, really.
Yeah, it's like these crazy, bizarre alien guys. I don't know if you've ever. There's this. Oh, I forget who wrote it, but there's like this book of like these wild alien designs from like I forget if it was the 70s or 80s or maybe it was even the 60s or something like that. That people have talked about on a lot of the shows because I think Eric is a fan of the book and some of the designs. Maybe these Power Lords designs were like in the very same vein as this book, like very like kind of like bizarre and out there alien type designs.
Oh.
And it was like it wasn't like super like known. Hold on a second. Let me grab something. I'll grab it. I'll show it to you. This is this is Power Lords. So let me solo myself here. So this is Arcus. This is like the main villain guy. He's like this weird like
Oh,
insect bat guy.
well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So this is like an actual vintage carded Arcus.
Oh,
And there's the
whoa. Okay, so you
crossbow.
have that one.
Yeah.
That's cool. They got a whole setup.
Yeah. It was this really crazy cool line. This was the main good guy. Adam Power, which is where Izzy takes his YouTube channel name from. And he switched back and forth between like this like sort of like Prince guy or whatever, and then he would
Oh,
power up and become Adam Power, right?
that is cool.
And the gimmick is like he could like the figure could like flip around. But yes, thank you. Is Wayne Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrials? There, that's the name of the book I was talking about before. That would be insane. Like an infinite legions of like just a bunch of the characters from the book. What's up, Art? Curtis says it's now called Offworld, starring Recon Rage. Yeah, I saw Recon. Was that Recon Rage was on Offworld last night? Did you see this?
I missed Offworld.
Yeah.
Ah,
It looked like I think Brick something was doing a like a live reaction like stream while the Infinite Legions reveal was going on.
huh.
He's a regular now, star of the show. There you go. Yeah. So anyway, so these are the vintage Power Lords, and Four Horsemen, Eric, and the guys were obviously fans of the line because at some point they got the license and they made Power Lords. They were making them like 3 3/4 inch, like, but they did the last, I think, and this part I don't know, and as you can correct, or anybody can correct me about exactly. I think because they made some figures. So I think there was one successful Kickstarter, unless they just made those figures. I don't know. But then I think they were trying to do a second Kickstarter, or maybe that was the first one after they had released some just on their own or whatever. And it just didn't work out. The Kickstarter didn't work out. So they had like this whole additional Power Lords line planned or wave planned, and it never got made. So, the Four Horsemen are still kind of like always associated a little bit with Power Lords. Power Lords, but wasn't it aren't I correct though? Power Lords was before the Mythic Legions Kickstarter, but they had Power Lords, and they did a Kickstarter that was unsuccessful for a wave of Power Lords or a second wave. Okay, so Adam Power says it was just pre-orders. So one way or another, it didn't work out. They didn't keep it. So there was a wave, I think, planned that never ended up getting made. So or it didn't continue. But so people have wanted, or maybe hoped that Power Lords characters could pop up in Legions. I think they've kind of said that it's not the kind of thing that could just happen like out of nowhere. But if there was no agreement reached, yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
There was one wave, and then there was a second wave that didn't get enough pre-orders to continue. So maybe it wasn't an official Kickstarter. My bad. Eric Miller says, I supported Power Lords as much as I could, but I never loved the scale. Bummer it didn't fun. Totally. For me, that would have been a dream, basically this type scale of Power Lords figures, because as you can see, Power Lords figures are a little bit more like 5 or 6 inch scale, the vintage ones. So it would basically be these characters, but like in a smaller scale like this.
Oh,
I think that would have been badass.
it'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got, I've got to show this off, man. I really do. I should have shown it off before now. I believe it was Kevin Dufresne, one time a while back, was selling some stuff. And among the stuff he was selling was like a 4 Horsemen Power Lords t-shirt, right? And I was like, that's cool as hell, man. Like an official 4 Horsemen Power Lords t-shirt. So I bought it and he sent it to me and it was all good. And like, I think he must have thought maybe it took too long or something, but it really didn't. Like, I remember at the time being like, not at all. Because he gave me like a Power Lords figure along
Oh,
with it.
that's so cool.
I have it. I gotta show it off and shout it out to him because that's kind of incredible.
That's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Arcus would be incredible. Eric says he would have been all over 6-inch Power Lords. I bet. I would have been listen, if I had known about them, I would have been all over 4-inch Power Lords. I would be, to me, like, I don't really like, I don't know that I have a scale. Obviously, Legions is my favorite, and that's more of a 7-inch scale. If I had a scale that was special to me, it would be like 3 3/4 inch, 4 inches, because that'll always remind me of G.I. Joes and Star Wars figures and those kinds of things. So I think the scale, if there's any figures where the scale makes me like it a little bit more,
Right.
it would be like Vitruvian hacks, maybe something like that, because they're more of that smaller scale.
Oh.
Yeah. It says maybe not doing it in a smaller scale will open up future possibilities. Possibly. Before we signed off, I did want to actually give away something just to say thanks for listening. And I have this Defenders of the Earth NECA Phantom sitting over here. So I don't know if people want to win a free Phantom. I figured I'd give them away. So here I've got. Where is it? Here we go. Ready for this?
I'm ready for it.
Boom! Ambers, in celebration of Ambers.
Ah,
Put
that's wonderful.
Put the hashtag Ambers with a Z. Hashtag
With
Ambers with a Z. And then when we close, right before we close out, I'll give away a Phantom. A really cool character and a really cool toy. Defenders of the Earth, another vintage line from the 80s that I was a fan of. But yeah, so yeah. At around 4:30ish, I got to cut out because I'm supposed to get some snacks for Grayson and her cousin. But until then, give us the hashtag Ambers. Here, give me a second here. I'm going to put up a banner. Here, we'll do this one. There we go. There we go. So what do you got going on for the rest of the day, dude?
Well, Rye should be getting home probably around 4:30 as well.
That'd be
He's
cool.
probably gonna be very tired, so I'll probably hang out and wait for him to wake up from his nap patiently.
So
What
what
do
would
you
be
got going on?
Saturday night for you guys? What's the typical plan? Like, it's you guys are, I'm living my life vicariously through you guys. So like
See,
my night is set. Like, make
we're
dinner. That's it.
very we're very much homebodies. Like we'd much rather stay in and like watch a new show or something.
Mhm.
Yes, what Curtis said, don't miss out on Intern.
Yeah. So the intern, it's not up yet, right?
Not yet, but I think it's this month if I'm right.
I'm pretty sure they said June. Yeah, this
Yeah.
month. That the intern for a day, um, to enter the raffle is this month.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I've been to intern for a day twice.
Yeah.
And the first time was amazing. I've talked about it, and I'm going to continue talking about it forever. 2021, I went to intern for a day. That's where I met you guys. That's where I met
Yes.
Casper and Brad and so many other people. There's a bunch of the Eric Miller, the
Yeah, the whole gang.
enablers were there. Like, it was awesome. And then I went again last year, and that was really more of like a homecoming type thing, seeing a bunch of people there again.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Have you ever been to intern for a day? I don't know if you've ever had the chance.
I think I might have missed it a year or so.
But yeah, you've been there. Like, what's if you had to, in a sentence or two, tell somebody what intern for a day is like, what do you think you would say?
Well, first off, it's just an amazing experience.
Mhm.
If you don't know the people going, you're definitely going to know them by the end of the day.
Mhm.
And then, like, just seeing all the work that everyone in the studio does is like, and then they all just like put it all together to make these amazing things, figures,
Totally.
box art, all kinds of stuff.
And you never know who's going to be there. Like,
Yeah.
anybody could be an intern. It could
Right.
be like people who do like YouTube channels, or like, I just remember, like, I didn't know anybody. Like, I didn't know anybody in the community, really, for the
Yeah.
most part. I had met Bill, and like, I don't know that I really like knew a lot of people yet, but like, there's so many people, like, uh, Carlo and
Yeah.
Tristan, Immortal Collections. They were there. That's where I met
Yes.
them. Yeah, it was so cool, man. That was the day that I met Walter, and of course everybody at the studio. Although I had met some people from the studio already, just from going to Toy Con, New Jersey, and like, I
Right.
met Corn Boy. I knew who he was. If Amber's boss doesn't let her have the day off, we are moving intern to PA.
We can definitely do it just at my doctor's office.
Yes, exactly.
Everybody just gang up outside.
Yeah, intern for a day is awesome. Like, seeing the inner workings of the studio is like really, really cool. They've made it a little bit better every year. Like, now,
Yeah, I feel like they add like a little spice to it each year.
yeah, they had like, and who knows? I don't even know if they have it planned yet about who's going to do what or whatever. But they've added different, people.
Yeah.
Like, Nate Barch has done like a session where he talks about what he does. Trevor has had a session, the last couple of them. So.
And if you're lucky enough to go twice, you get to go with Cameron for 1 year, and then you can see Sherry the next year.
Exactly.
And if you're lucky to go 4 times, like, I don't know, I've met some people that have gone, you could just go back and forth.
Yeah, that was the thing too. So I think it's going to be a little bit more of an exclusive thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's an exclusive thing because the interns, the actual interns, are the ones who win the raffle. And then when you
Right.
win, I think there's a, you have to pay. There's like an entry fee type thing, but
Right. Yeah.
you go and you get to bring a guest. You get to bring a person with you. So
And you get a bust at the end.
yes, that's at the end of an intern for a day. You get a chance to, they have these 3D printed busts of some Legion's character, and you get to paint them in the studio. In the
Yes.
studio. So you've been a couple of times. What have you done with the busts? Have you painted all of them? Have you painted some of them? Like, what did you do?
I haven't touched one of them because I would ruin it. So
Uh,
the three of them just sit right here on our desk,
that's
untouched.
cool. I know a lot of people have like made that choice or whatever. I couldn't, and again, I didn't even paint mine. So that in 2021, it was the Belphegor one,
Yeah.
and my +1 was Chase, so I let Chase do it. Um,
Oh, that's cool.
but to me, there was no way. Like we had a chance to paint a 4 horseman product creation, um, in the studio. Like we're painting
Yeah.
the thing in the studio.
So cool.
We have to.
Getting little tips from like each other.
Yeah.
Like, cause I've definitely just like sat there and just like watched people like paint their stuff and hang out
Hmm.
while I don't touch mine.
um, this guy says he painted everything. Yeah, I would paint everything. I remember, Benny. I remember. But I remember this story. I remember Curtis is like, I wasn't going to paint mine until Jeremy handed me the first one and said, "You have an hour. Let's see what you got." Do you have a picture of that you can share, Curtis, of your bust?
Yeah.
I would love to see it. I think that would be cool. Yeah, but like last year, like they've had like some like just where you like invited guests, like people that were just invited to like come anyway, and like they invited some people last year and stuff. But like I think it's going to be a little bit more exclusive. There might not be any invited guests this year. I'm not sure.
Right.
That's cool though. I think that makes sense. So that the
Yeah.
people who are the actual interns for that day, um, they sort of get to really experience it like together as like
Yeah,
one.
it's not as overwhelming.
Yeah, man. Eric said the same. Eric says I didn't want to paint mine either, but I felt like I should, so I did.
Well, Eric, that makes sense. And
Like,
Curtis, like you guys, you all, that makes sense. You would paint yours. Mine would come out like poop garbage.
I don't think so.
I'm not really an artistic person at
I tell you,
all.
I have no I don't know how to paint at all. I don't know how to paint, but like here, I'll just take the head. But like, this is a head that I painted.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just, just put some paint on it. But
I painted a head
a
with
lot of
Patrick Boyle's help at RetroCon.
that's what I was just gonna say that. So like at RetroCon, didn't you paint stuff where we had like they had the tables
Yeah.
out with like the paint and stuff?
If I have someone like, helping me the whole time, I'm down.
Well, there's a lot of people here that would love to like help people paint. Like that was really fun. I thought that was a really cool idea.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
I was like a little late to the party because I think I was outside for a little bit and then I
Mhm.
came in
Sure,
and I
sure.
was like, oh, they already started. But it actually was nice because then Patrick helped me personally.
That's right. It was Patrick too, like one of the best people
Yeah.
out there.
What a cool dude.
He really is. Patrick will be there this weekend too. Cool. Thank you, Curtis. Oh, damn, dude. That's pretty legit. Boom. It's Curtis
Wow.
had an alias.
You did that in an hour and a half?
Curtis did, yeah. Curtis is really good though.
Yeah, that's a talented person.
Yeah. That's
I
really
could
cool.
never. That's beautiful.
Yeah, like I said, we got the Belphegor. I've posted pictures before. I'll post some more, like today or tomorrow, of what Chase did with our Belphegor. It's really cool.
He's
He's like,
really talented.
yeah, he's like Chase is a straight up artist, man.
He's good.
Yeah, he does it for like the love of it. Like he just
Yeah.
is. We were talking about the Wayne Barlow book earlier. Chase is like he's like on that level of creating different characters. He just has a limitless number of different characters that he's created.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like organize as much of it as possible and like make him like portfolios and stuff because like he just has these sketchbooks where they're just like filled front to back
Yeah.
with all different characters and like
And they have like little backstories. Like when we were in the car going out to eat, he was like, "Hold on, look at this one," and he's like giving me little stories. With I'm like, "What?"
yeah, he's no joke, dude.
He definitely has a creative mind.
Yeah. That's a nice job, Curtis. Thank you for sharing that, man. So
Yeah, really
I think
beautiful.
I would say you acquitted yourself well during that hour and a half. Okay, look at this guy now. He was so happy I asked about this. Curtis said, especially when Sherry pulled me aside to tell me she loved the depth in the paint job on the skull. I was in heaven. That's awesome, man. That's
That is
really, really
amazing.
cool. Sherry's awesome, but the fact that she would take the time out to tell you how much she liked a specific thing about what you did
Yeah,
really, really cool.
she's great.
There you go. So there's the little bust. All right. I think that's about Notorious Tofu. That looks amazing. That totally was totally amazing. 3 totalies. What's up, chill guy? That paint job is definitely a W. Chill guy says, "Who is?" Chill guy says, "Can I now know what is happening here?" But Power Lord's so crazy. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. But all right, I think it's time we give away that Phantom. What do you think? It's almost time to
Let's
go get some snacks.
do it.
All right. Last chance. Hashtag Ambers with a Z to win the Phantom, which we're giving away in 3,
No.
2, 1. Did you enter, Amber? Adam Power.
Woohoo!
Congrats, is.
You're a winner.
Congrats, is. I'll shoot this out to you. Just let me know. Link up with me offline and let me know where to send it, and I'll send it out this week. There we go. We love you too, Curtis. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Yes, we do.
All right. So my plan from now, I have a list of snacks I'm supposed to acquire for the girls.
Yeah.
I'll come back. I have some chicken marinating that I have to cook for dinner later on. And keep chilling out. And I'm probably gonna watch Money in the Bank later. WWE Money in the Bank is tonight.
That's a good night.
Pretty
A
excited.
night well spent.
Oh, I should mention this. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about how Chase and I had watched all of the Final Destination movies and that he was deep diving into all the theory videos about it. One of the reasons why it came up was because the new Final Destination, Bloodlines, was coming out, and Chase and I went to go see it in the movies last weekend. It was okay. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that great. It wasn't.
Oh,
No, but we've been talking about it a lot. It's been like good fodder for conversation about why it sucked so bad. Yeah, Curtis, Money in the Bank is tonight starting at 7 p.m. Pretty sure I think it's still just on Peacock. If you have Peacock, you can watch Money in the Bank. Santos says, great show, guys.
thank you.
They did do R-Truth dirty. I don't know what I'm expecting him to come back at some point because fans still love him. So, but all right. Do you guys are you announcing the next Legion's ladies guest yet or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think we're still figuring that out.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's no SDL next week because we'll be at the Maryland Toy Show. Again, remember there's the Slog Test Shot giveaway at the Maryland Toy Show.
Yep.
3 ways to win. Go to the show and come over to the table, introduce yourself, and you get 1 raffle ticket. If you make a purchase of at least $100, you get 1 more raffle ticket. And if you show up to the table in a hilarious disguise, you get 1 more ticket. Also, Legendary Barbarian will be on the table, but extremely, extremely limited quantities, I'm told. Very extremely limited quantities. But yeah, other than that, I hope everybody that's at the 5 Points Festival is having a blast right now. And yeah, I hope as many people come to the Maryland Toy Show as possible. Next week, Saturday, June 14th, it is Father's Day.
Yeah.
On Sunday, so it's Father's Day weekend. So, take Dad out to the Maryland Toy Show and come say what's up. What about you, Amber? Anything else you wanted to impart upon us?
I got nothing. Some Legions ladies will be on Latin Legions tomorrow night at 6.
Oh, that's cool. Who else going to be on?
Me, Tanya, Stacy, and Steph.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good crew. That's a good crew. What time is that? 7 o'clock tomorrow?
I think it's 6.
6. Okay, 6 o'clock.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, let's double check here. Maybe I can look it up. Latin Legions. Oh goodness, being so annoying. Here it is. 6 p.m.
Ha, perfect.
You are correct. Hold on 1 second. I got to show this to you real quick. There. There it is. Great thumbnail. So Latin Legions tomorrow. Just search Latin Legions on YouTube and you get to hang out with the real ladies of Legions ladies. That's pretty cool, man. So there we go. Thanks to everybody for stopping in the chat tonight. Please drop us a like if you get a chance. And like I said, no SDL next week because we will be at the Maryland Toy Show. I will be live streaming though, right from the toy show, and I'll try to do the same thing, just trying to give everybody a quick look of everything that's going on at the show that can't make it. And then we'll be back again the week after that, Amber. So I look forward to hanging out with you next weekend.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. And until then, don't forget the number 1 rule, which is
be cool.
Later.
So I'll see you guys in November.